Hi everyone, it's Jung here for Hip Kit Club. I'm back with another process video of my December documented album, and I am doing my day 12, which was like a little crafty day with my youngest daughter. I am using the Hip Kit Club December documented kits as well as the November 2019 hip kits. Okay, so as I mentioned, this is my day 12, a little crafty day with my youngest. I was looking through my other December daily albums, and there was always a day where I had like a little crafty day with my other girls, and I hadn't done that yet with my youngest, and so I was feeling a little bit of mom guilt. And I decided to see what I had in the house and what I could make crafty with her that's Christmassy. Because of course, I wanted to have it in this December daily album as well. And so that's what I'm documenting here. I wanted to use the Hip Kit Club exclusive number stamp set, and I'm going to stamp my numbers. If you have seen my previous videos, you know I have been stamping them with the gold embossing powder that came in the festive color kit for December daily or December documented. And I've been stamping them on a little white cardstock tag, but for this day, as you can see on the back of the little craft project that my daughter made, I just wanted to fill it with pattern paper and then make my number be the main focus. And so I needed it to be a little bit bigger. So I chose this journaling card, and I'm not sure if it's from the November hip kits or the December documented kit. I've kind of gotten them all mixed up now, the journaling cards anyway. So I chose this pink and white plaid one. I really love the subtle pattern on it. And then I'm going to stamp it with Versamark ink, which is a sticky ink. And then I'm going to heat emboss it with that gold embossing powder. And I really like the statement that it adds. Now, I still wanted it to be... Sorry, I've got kind of allergies going on, so if my voice sounds funny. Anyway, so I wanted it to be a tag, so I'm going to trim off the sides. And this is my trick for making it even. I trim off one side, and then I use that piece that I cut off, put it on the other side and cut it off. And that way I find my sides to be even. Otherwise, I would totally get it very wonky. So now I'm going to find the center, and then I'm going to use my tiny hole punch and add a little hole so I can add some twine through it. Okay, so I wanted to jazz up my tag a little bit, and I already have in mind that I wanted to do a little sentiment banner or sentiment strip under my number, and so I'm going to look through some of the ephemera pieces. I'm looking through this Pink Fresh Studio sticker sheet, and I thought Filled with Wonder that could work really well. The only thing is the color doesn't really go, but I like the sentiment and the size. It's just the color didn't go very well with my photo. So I pulled out this puffy sticker sheet. It's a Hip Kit Club exclusive, and I pulled out the little puffy sticker. And it's the perfect color. It's red. I love using pops of red in my album. And just a sec, let me go see what it says. And it says, "My heart is so full of love," which is perfect sentiment since I was definitely trying to show my daughter some one-on-one attention. So I decided that I wanted to stick my daughter's craft project directly into my album by punching some holes. I didn't want to put it in a page protector because I wanted you to be able to feel the texture on it. So I had planned to back it with pattern paper. You can see it at the top of the screen. It's a Hip Kit Club exclusive from the November main kit, and it's one of my favorite pattern papers. But then I decided I wanted to do a little something extra, I guess, make my album a little bit more crafty. And so I decided to make my own pattern paper with the stamps, the Hip Kit Club exclusive stamp set that was in the November kits. And this is a technique that I often do when I'm card making. I like to make a sentiment background. And so that's what I'm going to do here. I have mounted all the sentiments on as many blocks as I can find, and I do make cards, so I do have a lot of blocks. And that way, it saves me time from trying to pull off a stamp, switch it, and then pull off another stamp. You get the idea. Anyways, and so a little tip for you is to, if you're trying to build a background like this, is to work from the corner and work in a diagonal. That way you don't leave yourself a hole that you can't fit with a particular stamp. I hope that makes sense. So here is my stamped background paper done, and this is the second one because of course I am clumsy and I messed up the first one. And I really love the way it turned out. I like how some of the stamps didn't stamp perfectly, so it gives that, I don't know, distressed homemade look. And so I was trying my tag out on top of it, and I like the color, but I noticed that the tag doesn't stand out from the background as well as it did with the pattern paper. So I thought, well, what if I kind of backed it with a red tag to give it like a shadowed effect? And so I had this tag sitting on my desk that I made with a Pink Fresh Studio die. And then I really liked the way that looked. But of course, it's smaller than the tag that I made. So I thought, well, why don't I cut the tag that I made into the same tag as that red tag? So I went ahead and used that same tag die for my number. And I was debating for a second whether I wanted to stick to that pattern paper, but I really love how my stamped piece turned out, so of course I'm going to use that. Next, I'm going to go ahead and trim out my stamped piece. I didn't measure it exactly. I just want it to be the same size as my daughter's little tree craft, and you'll see that I'll bring it over to kind of use it as a guide. Next, I'm going to grab one of my extra page protectors and a binder clip, and I will use that as a guide for my hole punch. I was thinking about punching the holes after I adhered the two sides together, but I decided that it would probably be better to punch one side, then adhere them, because I don't want to be punching through adhesive also, especially since I'm using double-sided tape. If I was using liquid glue or dot adhesive, it would probably be different, but yeah. So how are you guys doing on your December documented albums? Are you guys all caught up? Normally, in previous years, I like to work on it every day. If I miss a day, I'll do 2 days the next day. But this year, I just feel behind all the time. It might be because my 3-year-old is very, very demanding of my time. Plus, I have my 2 older girls that I feel like I'm constantly chauffeuring around. I am definitely not complaining, but this is just the season that I'm in right now, and I'll probably end up writing about it as one of my December documented stories. Okay, so now I am going to adhere the tags together. I just use a little foam tape between the 2 tags to create that shadow and depth. And now I'm using some double-sided tape to adhere it to my stamped background. Okay, so on my left, I just have a 6x8 photo of my daughter, and she's very happy she had that one-on-one time. And so I just wanted to add a little bit of something to the photo, and I decided I wanted to use puffy stickers from the Hip Kit Club exclusive puffy sticker sheet. And I'm going to use the word Mary, and the color's perfect, the sentiment is perfect, and I'm just going to stick that on using my T-square ruler to make sure everything is straight. Okay, that's all I'm going to do to the photo. I really like the focus on my daughter's face with just a little bit of embellishment at the top, and the colors work perfectly. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the photo sleeve. and then I'll work on the other side. On the other side, I'm going to use the photo sleeve that has a 4x6 slot and two 3x4 slots. And I was originally going to handwrite my journaling, but I had a little bit too much to say, and so I used another Hip Kit Club exclusive journal card, and I used my computer to get my journaling on there. I am going to add one more little embellishment to my 4x6 photo, and that will be it for this side of the spread. Next, I will just get the photos and journaling card into their spots in my photo sleeve, and this spread is done. And here is a final look at my spread. Thank you so much for watching. I hope I've inspired you to get working on your December documented albums and to get some good use out of your stamps. Don't forget to check out the info bar for all the links for Hip Kit Club, the website and the kits, and my blog with all the details will also be linked below. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Again, thank you so much for watching my videos and have a wonderful day. Bye.
Merry Christmas!